Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live, brought to you by GeneralJoesReborn.com with me, Christopher McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80. Before we get stuck in, just want to quickly say at the beginning of this podcast that we are seemingly possibly having connectivity issues. Apologies if I'm glitching a little bit. But I will do my best. I know it's not the most ideal thing when I'm doing like an unboxing that this is happening, but I have literally tried everything, and now it is on the technical support to fix this because it's getting kind of ridiculous. And I know we had some connectivity glitches this morning as well with the weekly, so I very much apologize for that. I'm going to try it anyway. Where is an internet viper when you need one, Jace? Absolutely. So hopefully we can get this sorted. If there are any serious, visual issues other than my face, obviously, and if there are any annoying audio problems, please let me know in the comments and I'll see or what I can do. This is very, very annoying because I've done so much. I've tried really hard to get this fixed and I'm not really getting the appropriate help that I need for it. So a little bit upset about that. I'm not going to let that bother me though. Hopefully, like I said, you guys can be watching and seeing, and it's not causing too many issues. And I just want to apologize for that right at the top. Now, yes, I have in my possession, as I hide that, Kamakura Deluxe Amazon exclusive SIOC, shipped in own case container. I think it's container, but anyway. Yes, this is supposed to come in on Tuesday and it got changed to today. So I've just been camped by my computer, refreshing the Amazon tracking until it got here. So anyway, we're going to bust into this. We're going to check it out. And thank you, Matt, for letting me know. I figured that was the case. That is usually what happens. The image freezes and the audio kind of continues. So we'll do what we can, and I'll try and hold the figure up to the screen long periods of time this time. Anyway, let's slightly switch visuals for a quick second. There we go. I just need to take my name banner off the corner, didn't I? That's all I needed to do. Hello to everyone watching. Thank you so much for jumping on, guys. Really appreciate it. Hello to Diecast Nick. Hello to Jason Pentecost. Hello to Jeffrey Ball. Hello to Matthew Matson, Brett Smith, Jace Traber, Coco 1701, Brett Smith, A Toy Kind of Mood. What's up, Travis? I'm assuming it's Travis. What's up, buddy? Bees Battlegrounds, Jeremy Kimberlin, Tom Chen, Eddie Rodriguez, Chris Breezy. Hello, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, it's Brett. Well, awesome. Thank you very much for jumping on. Oh, no, you're talking to someone else. You're talking to Brett, literally. I get it now. Right. So I'm going to open this and let's get into it. Now, I'm a little bit more prepared than I was for the last couple of unboxings because I have, and I'm just snipping the tape either end, and then I'm going to run the blade down the top like that, and just to get in there. That's all I'm doing, and exposing that inside. Let's slide it out. I'm going to have to hold my finger over that. That's not a problem. So here we go. Oh, there it is. Kamakura. Really happy at the moment because getting loads of figures coming in now after all those previous pre-orders that have just been hanging around. Anyway, sorry, as I was saying, I'm a little bit more prepared today because I have a few figures for comparison. And also someone noted that I should probably get a barbecue with this one and see what the head swaps look like, because obviously there is a barbecue-like head on Kamakura, is there not? So yeah, we'll try that and see what he looks like. Anyway, this is the box. Again, you've got that kind of nice kind of two-tone sheen style finish on there. Actually, it's really nice, the kind of raised, shiny artwork. And that's kind of fun as well. I do like that artwork. I think it's very, very cool, very vibrant. A little bit kind of like not as serious as some of the other ones. And obviously we've got lots of different styles going on, haven't we? So I just really like that. And if we get a close up of it, not that it really matters when I'm glitching and freezing every 5 seconds, but you can see at the top there, the troopers kind of dancing around. The troopers actually looks like they've got camouflage on them, do they not? I wonder if that's something we can expect to see in the future. I don't know. Can you see that? Almost, or maybe it's just like to highlight some of the texture differences. I think that's all it is. Yeah, it's not camouflage. I apologize. It's just to highlight the different textures in the Cobra Troopers and the infantry and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's really cool and really vibrant and really awesome. Of course, we have the usual stuff on the bottom: Kamakura, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Hasbro, etc., etc. And we have the action figure render as well there on the front. Now, on the side, that's nice. I didn't know about this. I don't know how I've missed this in the past, but I did not know that this art existed on this box. This is very cool. So we've got like Kamakura with the mask on, the eyes looking a bit crazy there as well. And you got the tattoo on show, and he's basically standing around a pile of what looks like dead troopers. Harsh. On the other side, we have the usual kind of like, specialties, I'd call it. So he collects skulls. He has a tiny knife. He can't see out of one eye, and he throws ninja stars at glass. I don't know what they mean. I should really have a look, shouldn't I? Number 61, and on the top as well, 61 and the star, not 19. And then we've got the little thing. Anyway, and on the back, we have his loadout, what he's going to come with. And on there, you can see the figure and its height, the masked head, the alternate head, the hood, the backpack sheath, the 2 swords. I think that's just Storm Shadows, isn't it? From the movie Storm Shadow. The Akiko kind of like bladed bow staff, the kind of curved knife down there, the Uzi, the pistol, and 2 other knives as well. I think there's a few Akiko bits in there. Yeah, let's get in the box, shall we? What am I messing around with this for? So this one doesn't have any kind of tape holding it down there. It does on the sides though. So I'm just gonna clip them a touch. That one actually wasn't even taped down. It was already slightly prized open. There we go. And down that side as well. Good. Okay, let's get inside, shall we? What are we saying in the comments here? Sean Collins. Yep, absolutely. Wade Collins' son says Diecast. Yep. And Sean says Travis, of course. Ooh, here we go. Jeffrey's like, slide it out. Ooh, there it is. So happy now, Kamakura. Where's Naked HD? Exactly. Are we ready? Here we go. Oh, this is a 2-parter. This is a 2-part. I don't mean episodes, but we've got the weapons kind of crate on one side. So let's have a look at that. Got the G.I. Joe logo detail on there, the nice little texture on the kind of like, we know what I'm talking about, I think. On this side, we've got Kamakura, his name, and we've got a little kind of like digital, like, safe style thing, which is kind of nice. Arrows to show you what way up it needs to be. That's the top. 61 with the fake handles on the top, and on the bottom you've just got, again, more kind of texture and like as if it was on some sort of like little struts or whatever. Let's bust into this first. So we'll get into the accessories first. One bit of tape on there, and then just a gentle caress of the edges so they pop up nice and comfortably. We don't get that horrible crease down the middle when you prise it open. Okay, let's open that out and I'll show you inside. Look at all that. Well, all of that. It's one wrapped up little baggie with the Cobra and Joe logos on it, and it's 2 pieces of card holding the swords to keep them straight. And of course, we've got the legal mumbo jumbo. So that's going to go there to the side, and we'll start with the baggie. These are really cute, but I'm not exactly going to keep them, so I just tear into them pretty brutally, honestly. I think nobody gets half of it. Shades of Sigma 6, says Felix. And you're right, there is a definite like feeling of that with the weapons crate thing, isn't there? I totally feel on that one. That was one of my favorite things about Sigma 6, actually, believe it or not. Not that it's anything hard to believe. Right, so in the bag, I just emptied it out, and I'll show you all the individual pieces. So the bag's actually still in pretty good nick in it, I'd say. We have got lots of different things. We've got the hood piece, which I think is exactly the same as Storm Shadows, just in blue, which is nice. Nice. We've got Storm Shadows, movie Storm Shadows, that is, backpack sheath kind of scenario. Lovely. We've got his little belt piece, like the little tassels on his belt that attach to the figure, I hope. Yeah, sorry, I just will show you there. There's a little peg hole for that to pop onto, and we'll see that on the figure shortly, I imagine. Shortly, in about an hour when I finally get to the figure. Sheaths and hoods. I know I'm gross, aren't I? There's the curved knife, which I've definitely seen before. Can you guys remind me where we've seen this? Because I've forgotten. I don't really keep any of this information in my head. It just goes almost immediately. We also have this pistol, which is pretty cool as well. It doesn't have, obviously, it doesn't have the port for any blast effects. So, have we seen this already? I'll put my hand in front of it. Have we seen that already, guys? I don't remember. I don't recall. Let me know if we have, because I can't. Is it all Snake Eyes? Is it? And his little neckerchief for the hood piece as well, so to make it kind of like, make sense. And his head. How awesome is that? There's his unmasked head. Very nice indeed. A nice kind of like texture and detailing on the hair. The light is making it look like he's got highlights, but it is one. Yeah, it's complete. It's complete kind of ginger hair. It's not like, it looks like there's white highlights, but that's just the light, I'm afraid, guys. Depending on how you're seeing that. Really nice head sculpt, actually. In fact, make it look like he's me. Hang on, wait for it. See if I can get this right. Does that look like it's me? I mean, it's not me. I mean, in the way is what I'm saying. Yeah, 00 Snake Eyes. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. In terms of the pistol and the knife, right? Thanks. Zeros, yeah, 00 and Alpha Commandos. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Matt, and everybody who's kind of jumping on. Alpha Commandos is a different knife. Got it, but they all kind of go with, yeah, I get it. It's cool. We don't have to be that precise, honestly. You guys can always check your figures that you have just to see what's been reused. Now, I'm just taking these out now. So we've got one kind of bow staff, bladed bow staff, which is pretty dope. This is the one that I think Akiko comes with. That's easy for me to say. Akiko comes with. And I believe these come with Akiko as well. So Akiko's getting some good use out of the Amazon exclusive stuff, isn't she? Like her body in the Blue Ninjas. Yoink. Also, I've kind of like made her carry all of her gear by utilizing the rope and the grappling hook. I have such a problem with the word grappling hook, don't I? I don't know why I've never been able to remember that word. Considering I'm such a Joe fan and grappling hooks have been like synonymous with G.I. Joe for millennia. Right, I don't know what millennia means, clearly. They're the short kind of swords. They don't piece together, do they? Funny story. I don't think Adam will mind me telling you this, but when he opened his Akiko, he was really angry because he thought that this piece should connect to make the long piece, and he didn't realize that the long piece was already in there as well. But that was a funny little conversation we had online. So, oh, thing's broken. I'm like, oh, mate, that sucks. And then he's like, oh, no, it's not. There's funny things that go through your mind when you're opening a figure for the first time, especially when you've seen it in so many different places already. Okay, so now we're busting open this piece, and we've got, it's easy to hold up this way, isn't it, actually? And I'll just take them out later. So the swords that go in the sheath with a little bit of green on there as well. That's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. And the Uzi. Anyway, anywho, I'll just get all that gear out so it's ready to go when I try and gear him up. And obviously, next up, guys, yeah, we're getting into the box itself. We're getting into the figure itself. And there's the Uzi. Just one more time. Uzi Lover. Right, I'm going to put that over there. And right, cool. So that's his gear. Let's have a look at the figure. So if I just pull this down, there he is. There he is. Oh, hello. Hello, Kamakura. So in the box, looking pretty cool. I am a fan of this choice. I feel like I'm going to be a fan of this figure as well. Just slowly moving up so you can see it all. Hopefully it's not, glitching out too much. I apologize for that, guys. Again, I will be having stern words with technical support about this. And yeah, I will be horrible, mean, and impossible to deal with. I'm just kidding. That if anyone knows me, that's not going to be the case, is it? Well, for most people that know me. Let's cut that out and free him from his cardboard prison now. I've got him to a plastic prison. And there we go. I think that's worked. Okay, one more cut. There we go. It's a difficult cut when you pull that face. What face? This one. Right, okay, so that's all of the tassels cut and the interior of the box, which is just that blue and white background that we see on all the digital renders for the Joe team. And yeah, oh yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Okay, first impressions, very striking, beautiful deco. Masked head is very cool. I love that. I'm liking that. Body, also very cool. Let's have a look at close up. We've got the kind of like gauntlet and hand kind of armor on the left hand, and then the hand armor on the right hand, but no gauntlet, and that's exposing the Arashikage tattoo. There we go. Sorry, I should have done that in the first place. I'll do that on this side as well, so it focuses properly. There we go. That little kind of like separate little kind of secondary belt piece, which is kind of like acting like the bottom of the shirt, which they're doing a lot at the moment, aren't they? With Falcon, with Dusty, and I'm sure they've done it with. They might have done it with Storm Shadow already. I could turn around and have a look, but that's way too much work. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the old belt piece on, and that goes on nice and easy. And securely as well, I should say. Nice, easy, and secure. And there is a little bit of maneuvering in there, a little bit of movement, so you can kind of have it like dangling out a little bit. Kitty said, or you can have it whatever way, kind of whichever way you want. It's going to be on the side so that it lines up with the design on the top like that. See, that's on the belt. There's a bit of green on the belt as well to kind of line that up. So that's really cool. Getting out of his cryo tube. I've done that, Robert, now. That's great. Bladed staff. Did I say something wrong? Oh, you said bladder staff, which is quite hilarious. Now, I don't have any, I don't have a hairdryer at hand, because sometimes I like to just warm up some of the stiffer joints, but it's actually fine. I just went to just gently caress the elbow, and yeah, nice and firm and stiff. I like that. The joints feel nice and good control. There aren't any loose joints there. That definitely not in the arms anyway. There's that little kind of wibble on the waist, but that's always the way because of the how the legs sit. But in terms of the legs, they are solid too. So this one, I'm just going to be very careful with, and just get it to move very gently in order to get that first joint to move. That one, it's well good out of the box, guys. Really secure out of the box, and that's something that is always like welcome. When it's like, I thought it might, Matthew. I'm sorry again. There's not much I can do about the connection at the moment. I've done everything I can. I will be posting pictures of this in way more detail on my Hoarder page later, so I'll share those. after the fact, and you get a better details for this actual figure. Okay, so that is Kamakura as a basic form. We didn't really look at his legs, did we? But let's have a butcher. He's got all like he's got the kind of articulation that you'd want. Obviously, double knees. He's got that kind of split at the top of the boot there as well, and the ankle articulation is all over the shop, which is brilliant as well. So that's awesome. He's got the thigh swivel too, and obviously the drop thighs. And yeah, just great motion, great movement, great for posing as well. This guy's going to be a sexy poser. Let's just kind of do some posing here on screen and get his elbows moving as well. But yeah, like he's going to be dope. This guy is looking sick already, in my opinion. How rough is the grade on the shin guard, says Brett. I mean, I'll show you close up just so you can see the detail, if possible. If you can't, when I run my fingers on it, I can feel it, but it's not super smooth, but it's not rough. Do you know what I mean? It's not really rough. It doesn't stick out, but it's just like exactly as you'd expect it. Just a texture, just slightly raised bumps texture, but it's not like you couldn't grate cheese on it, is what I'm saying. The one on the wrist, yeah, about the same. So yeah, not like a great. It's not great. See what I did there? It's not like a cheese grater. Yeah, so kind of like somewhere in the middle. You can definitely feel it. You know, you feel it. You feel the roughness of it, but it's not. Yeah, it's not like you'd run your finger over it and like skin had come off or anything like that. So yeah. I don't even know how to grade roughness. Probably less than sandpaper, more than a balloon. Where does that rate? It's actually like being caressed with a natural yogurt, right? So okay, so we'll I'll kind of like put him back into some kind of like normal shape. Yeah, a bit more dynamic stance there. Right, let's try the head, because I wouldn't mind seeing the head first. So pop the old, that came off nice and easily. That was not one of those ones where you're like, gentle, but like, we'll put on Barbecue's head, and then I'll try it on the Barbecue figure afterwards as well, because I think that's going to be quite fun to see what he looks like. I think it actually went on then, but it didn't give me that satisfying pop. Oh, no, it does. It does. Right, that's well on there. Blimey. Crikey. Right. So now we have Kamakura with alternate head. He looks really good, doesn't he? I'm really feeling this figure already before I've even put any gear on him. I'm going to just pop that. That head's harder to pop off than the other one. Now, put the old neckerchief on there. And I'm going to put the kind of like masked head back on. And I'm going to put the... I'm not going to put the mask head back on yet, because I've got to put the hood over the hole first. So neckerchief piece goes on first, as you all are aware. Then to avoid the Kenny look, we put the They Killed Kenny from South Park look. We put the smaller hole over that, and then the other head hole. There, the head goes inside that and should pop on to the neck ball. He says. This is great radio, isn't it? When I have to push something on. There we go. I just haven't got it lined up. That's typical McLeod, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. No, it didn't go on. It's going on. Don't worry. Plus, if I'm glitching so much, this might be a nice welcome break for some of you. Right, there we go. Now, the hood and the neckerchief piece have kind of gone together there, almost like. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put them on at the same time, but it does add a nice level of texture. You probably don't put them on at the same time, do you? Because one is like the hood down and one is the hood up. So apologies for being an idiot simpleton there, guys. But it kind of doesn't actually look too bad. And it gives like a little bit of extra texture. So yeah, I'm actually feeling that. But I think normally, let's see, because yeah, that was actually probably in the way of popping the head on, and that's why it didn't go on so easily at first. Yeah, that'd be one. So that's the hood on without the neckerchief piece. And yeah, that works just the same really. And it makes sense when you don't have that, and it's just, yeah, cool. Okay. Okay. All right. So next up, I will. I would if sorry. Robert H says put an unmasked head on Alpha Commando Snake Eyes. I will, just not now because my Alpha Commando Snake Eyes is over there, and yeah, I've already done too much. Good point, Felix. Actually, it's your toy. Do what you like. Thank you. I will. That's a good point, though. I feel like I'm probably going to use the neckerchief when his other head's on, or when the hood's down, because that makes sense in my head. So that's what I'm going to do, because that's how I feel like it should work. Anyway, there he is with his basic gear on. Now we'll start adding things. So the backpack sheath from movie Storm Shadow, I feel is pretty straightforward. I can't remember which way up it goes. I'm guessing the way that makes the most sense. In fact, if I look at any images of him, it would actually make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? I can't remember what I did with Storm Shadow. I think it's that way around. So it's kind of like the low, so it kind of sits lower. If you spin it around the other way, it's kind of sits higher on the back. Sorry, I haven't been highlighting any comments. I've kind of just been talking to you guys as I see them. James has said, wow, I just realized why my Storm Shadow hood sucks. I've done the same thing. Neck piece on and hood on, and it's just bunches up a little bit. I think it's the other way. I think you're supposed to put one or the other on to make it look as though hood, I've thrown it on the ground anyway, hood down, hood up is what I think it's supposed to be. Anywho, let's get back to Kamakura. So like I said, I think that's why I've done, what I've done on the back with the Storm Shadow piece, because that seems actually what am I talking about? Is it that way? Is that right? Let me know. I think I just did exactly the same thing and then asked you if that was right. We're going to put these swordsies in there. So they don't seem to really correlate in terms of size. I think you can kind of really just put whatever sword you want in, whatever sheath hole Kitty said. And they go in really nice and firm as well. I think the movie Storm Shadow version I have, the swords are a little bit loose in the old, but they are they're in there. Look at that as it falls out. That is well in Garden City. That is well in there. And I like the fact there's that little bit of green on the handle to kind of say, that's his sword, not his. Anyway, that looks really cool. He's already looking really dope. Someone did mention something about the price, and I want to highlight that and talk about it quickly, because I do agree. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Brett says your internet issue proves we need a dial tone classified, but male or female? I'll take both, Brett, if that's all right, mate. Thank you. But yes, anyone that could work, that could do that, would be great. Really sorry, I can't find that comment again, whoever it was, about the price and not really seeing where the price goes for a deluxe. And I agree with you massively, but I wanted to make sure I call out the right person, and I apologize for missing it. I didn't. I thought I'll come back to it, but no, I've missed it. I'm sorry. So anyway, oh no, there it is, Jerry. Sorry, it was really recent. I don't see it worth the deluxe price. Should be regular price. I agree that you could probably have done this for 26. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got extra. I mean, the head is extra tooling, right? And you don't always get alternate heads necessarily. But it's not a massive loadout, in my opinion. I'm looking at it and thinking, well, he's not stacked with gear. And one more thing I'll mention, he can only carry, in terms of on his person, not his hands, but he can only carry what you can see right there. So there's no sheath or thing for these. There's no pistol holster for the pistol. And I could understand if there was a pistol holster and a knife sheath, but there is not a pistol holster or a knife sheath on him. Unless I've missed something dramatic, I don't think there is. I think he's kind of been kept quite clean in terms of design. They've kind of kept him as like ninja as possible. So yeah, no, I agree with that, Jerry. Honestly, I don't think it is worth the extra because it's like $33.99 on Amazon. Link in the description if you do want one and you're feeling like left out at the moment. He, like, as a figure though, beautiful. Love the figure, and I think I think I'd be more inclined that this was kind of in the kind of 20s than the 30s. But having said that, I also know, well, we've just seen, and we discussed it earlier today in the weekly, that Hasbro, of course, are a little bit concerned about, or are kind of thinking like twice about how they raise prices on a lot of this stuff. So you never know. We might be getting more in terms of the $30-something deluxe, and in order to make it make sense price point wise. What this looks upside down, does it, Matt? Does that look upside down? If I was to turn it the other way, I'm just kidding. If I was to turn it the other way, I'll show you what I mean. I think I did this on my Storm Shadow. It's higher on his back. And I'm not sure if that's what they want or if they want it to kind of like be lower on the back. Do you see what I mean? Like, so the top of that piece only really comes to the top of the neck. When if I spin this around like so, it's get there eventually. It sits a little bit higher. So I don't know. I'm going to go with this way because that feels comfortable to me. And you guys do whatever you want to do. Let me know in the comments which way around you prefer it. I know what you mean, Matt, as well. Like the shape of it would suggest that like a shield almost would be the better way around. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so look the other way. That's what I think I like the most. So I'm going to go with that one. Yeah. And so, yeah, as I was saying, that you can't hold everything. So I'm going to show you what he can hold maximum with his hands. And I'll give him like the Uzi in this hand. Straight. That's actually a nice fit, actually. Goes straight in there, like the finger in the trigger area. Lovely stuff. I know there's no trigger discipline on this figure. And I'll give him one of these bladey things, and then just to prove my point, like it's a point, like anyone doesn't actually already agree with that already. So in terms of like what he can carry, actually he's got like 4 weapons, one, like so. Okay, that leaves this, and this knife, pistol, smaller bladed weapon, and a bladed staff. So I'd say on that front, that is one of those things. It's a gripe because I always want the figure to just be like, if they come with a decent loadout, it should all fit on their person. Now you could cheat a little bit, right? I think, yeah, you can cheat a little bit. Oh, that's actually quite fun. Okay. This is let's start getting intricate with this. Look at that. That fits in there like a glove, and it stays there. See, proof. So that's awesome. And the knife, yeah, someone just told me the knife can go in the belt. Although if there's no like specific place for it, but you can just kind of like hoy it in there, like so. So yeah, we're getting a bit close now. Look, see, very Storm Shadowy in the vintage era. How he's got that little knife tucked in there. Very uncomfortable looking, honestly. So thanks, Matt, for that, Matt. So yeah, we've got. Okay, so now he's looking a little bit cooler in terms of what he can carry, right? And I don't think that is a cheat necessarily. I think that's kind of cool. I think that is like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's by design, but it's definitely something that they may have thought of when they were putting the gear together, and maybe they probably tried it in there to see if it fit, and it does, and it stays in there. That stays in there better than Storm Shadow's bow stays on Storm Shadow's backpack for me. So I'm kind of happy about that. I feel like that is like an accidental feature. I'm just going to double check that isn't like a thing that they've shown somewhere. No, that's wicked. Okay, so I'm going to take it back and say that he can carry quite a lot. Yeah, that's what I think, Felix. A little dangerous, that knife. A little bit kind of like a little bit close to his gonads as well. Maybe I could get it onto the side and just have it down the side. Yeah, that works too. Okay, I found a better place for his knife. Yeah, I know it's not ideal. There's a blade sticking out there into his thigh, but yeah, I'm liking this. Now, having found those two, like, and I was going to do that anyway. Like, full disclosure, I was going to try stuffing things where they weren't designed to go. Kitty said, and see what we could kind of come up with. So this has been a very productive meeting, guys. Thank you very much. Also, I think this long one might be quite good in that space as well. Kind of like how the Red Ninja. Yeah, that's a bit more. That's cool. Okay, I take it back. That's what I'm going to have from now on. So he's got the other bladed thing in that side, very much like the Red Ninja. This is like Buckaroo. And it might give a little bit of space for the knife to kind of go next to it. Oh, I just knocked that out. If anyone's thinking, so it didn't stay in, it's because I poked the end of it with my trousers and it fell off. It fell out, but I'll put that back in a second. I'm just going to try the knife. Oh, okay. We are well in Garden City here. Putting the long blade in there is giving another space for the knife to go in. A little busy, but hey, I'm counting this. 100% counting this as the character carrying. I swear that is perfect. That is so perfect, that connection. The only thing we've got left is the pistol. This is like Buckaroo. This is like Kamakura Buckaroo. And we've run out of space on the belt. So the pistol has to make way. That's not bad, though. Okay, I'll take back some of what I said, because he can carry, to some degree, he can carry a lot of the gear. So, okay, cool. Back in the game. I wonder if you could put both of the bladed weapons either side. I'm going to try that next and see what that looks like. I'm going to put this bladed. No, that might be too much, and also might be a stretch that snaps it. Maybe both bladed weapons can go next to each other, and that's even cooler than putting the knife in there. That actually looks pretty dope, doesn't it? That actually looks pretty cool. I'm into this big time. Okay, right, enough of my Buckaroo playing. Figure Gord just got mine in the mail just now. Brilliant. I know, I think a lot of people are going to be getting that soon. Like as in today, if they haven't already got it. I know some people got them yesterday, day before yesterday. Some people got them Friday. But yeah, loving this figure. Now, I will say, to go through kind of like a little, little summary of what we've got going on here. I would say that straight out the box, because this isn't always the case with classified figures, I must add, straight out the box, he's very solid, or at least mine was. Like the joints felt good. When I eased them to kind of like move them, and they went eventually, but they're not like, once they go, they're like wobbly. So he is nice, solid figure, really nice, solid figure. It's like the accessory loadout is not as much as I think we would want for a figure at $33, but I'm still going to say I think he looks pretty cool and all geared up. I'm glad that we can tuck a few things in the belt. I'm so happy that fits between the swords, and not just fits, but like tucks in, like almost snaps in. And I know it's not by design. Hell, it might have been, but I'm as I know, I give the G.I. Joe brand team and the team a lot of credit, and of course I'm going to, because they do great work in my opinion. But I'm not going to just say, oh yeah, they're geniuses for doing that. That could have been an absolute accident, and most likely is. But I love the fact that it slots in there nicely. Now, I could ask them the question. They could say, no, that's something we designed originally, and then eventually splitting it up and giving it to different figures. Who knows? As in movie figures. So I don't know. We'll see what they say about that. But I think that's really cool and just fits so nice. I wish you'd probably be able to do this yourselves when you put it in there. For the most part, and definitely for my version, it kind of almost snaps in there like real tight. and then you can pop it out like so. So it's not super difficult, and it's not super, but so that's why I think it's not necessary by design. But if you put it in there like on the thin way round and then twist it round, that's another good way of getting the weapon in there too. That's really cool. Really like that. Okay, so like I said, the figure itself looks great. The design looks fantastic. The deco, beautiful. The extra pieces, like the kind of new pieces for the armor on the knees and the shins and everything. I really like that, and I think obviously they're going to utilize probably that for dice, I'd imagine, and probably a few other figures. They'll probably find ways of getting this these new parts out again. Love the Arashikage tattoo as well, nice and clean and clear on the arm. He says, as it's not clean or clear on the camera. There you go. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, so I'm glad he comes with an alternate head. Should we have a look at Barbecue now? Should we have a look to see what he looks like with Barbecue? Barbecue's figure. There's Barbecue. I love this figure as well. Oh my god, I can't believe it's like neck to toe Destro either. That is genius in my opinion. I'd never have guessed that. I'm going to put the alternate head on Barbecue. I'm just doing it now. I'm already liking what I'm seeing. I've just got to make sure. Well, that's another point, isn't it? I'm not sure if it actually fully fits on there. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I don't think it fully goes on there pop-wise, but you can get the head on there and it stays on there pretty well. So there we go. Barbecue with Kamakura's head to make effectively Sunbow Barbecue. I think that's kind of cute, personally. I'm liking that. The neck ball, I believe, is a different size, so that's why it doesn't go on. But do you see how it kind of like is a bit stiff on there? So it doesn't like fully pop on, but I think once it goes on, you can there's a element of kind of stay. Yeah, you can see clearly there the two different hole sizes. He says, "Can you?" But the Barbecue one is a slightly larger hole. Kitty said, and Kamakura's has got that kind of like a bit of a tighter fit. So you can see there that they're not fully perfect, but I do like it. I like the fact that you can kind of like jokingly, not even jokingly, but you could display that out Barbecue with Kamakura's head. That's dope, man. That's dope. Okay, thanks for whoever suggested that. Someone suggested that, didn't they? Might be James Smith. Yeah, there you go. Brilliant. Yeah, James Smith has just commented, and of course was the one that pointed that out for me to do. So that's fun. What else was I going to do? I was also going to get Kamakura and the Blue Ninjas together just to see how they kind of look together. And again, really, really like the vibe that these Amazon exclusives are kicking out. Very, very awesome. So there's a little kind of comparison or side by side of those two. And we'll have also got the female Cobra Ninja as well, and you can see the height difference slightly, of course. Again, do you like how I've got this obsession with getting all their gear to fit? So I've kind of like created this. Can you see what I've done? I've kind of like strapped all of her gear together: the bow, the sword and the sheath attached to the backpack. So that's like not completely ridiculous, I think. Anyway, have I just made that up? No, they do connect together. So it's just the bow really that I wanted to kind of make sure stayed on there. Wrapped it up with the grappling hook, and she's still got a free hand that way. So she carries all of her gear nicely. Kamakura carries all but one piece he can carry at once, which is really cool. If you buckaroo him up, like if you have the two blades in the belt, which do fit nice and comfortably, and if you have the long bladed staff in between the swords, and then obviously you can carry two items, that just leaves either the pistol or the knife or whatever combination you fancy. So that was one of the things I loved about the Blue Ninjas, was the fact they could carry all of their gear. And like in this case, the male ninja can carry all of his gear if he's holding two weapons. Same with the female ninja, but I found a nice, cute way of utilizing the grappling hook and rope to allow her the use of a free hand. And of course, they all come with alternate heads too, so they can't carry those. That would just be weird. Yeah. So anyway, really, really happy with this Kamakura. I've got to say, I love the figure, I love the character. I love the fact we're kind of dipping into the character choice pool a little bit. Matt has asked, Chris, do your blue ninja males have poor paint apps on the face, above the mask, but below the eyes? On the red mask version, possibly. What do you think? Is that what you're getting at? I think there's like I just thought it was like another deco touch under the eyes. But are you saying that should be red? Can you see what I'm talking about? Yeah, like almost. I thought it was like an extra touch to kind of bring out the eyes or something, or bring out the mask. But that could quite easily be poor paint apps. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But it kind of looks like it's purposeful, doesn't it? Kind of looks purposeful to me. I don't know. I'm gonna have a look at like photos just to see what's going on there, Matt. But yeah. Oh, without the red mask on. I'm an idiot. Also, that head sculpt is long. I don't know where it's in a box behind me somewhere. So I preferred the masks than to the head sculpts, just because I think it's just so interesting and cool. So yeah. Anyway, so sorry, Matt. No, I can't tell. That obviously was a paint app under the eyes then. But the actual other head, I haven't really checked it properly. I'll look back on that unboxing to see if I do a close up of it. All good. Figure Gord says, just open mines. I'm digging it. Feels sturdy. Yeah, definitely, doesn't it? Like sturdier than usual. I've had like a few problems with some figures where they're a little bit loose in the joints, not to the point where they can't display, but to the point where like certain poses you might as well forget about it. Or yeah, but they're not like they're not carrying the kind of weapons that you see in like the 90s figures that are like 7 times bigger than them. So we don't get that kind of problem of like, pulling the joints down or whatever. Okay. Paul, your Kamakura is arriving Tuesday. Brilliant. This was supposed to be arriving Tuesday and came today. I'm a lucky boy sometimes. I really am. Grant, I hope to see a classified Snake Eyes figure with an alternate unmasked head with the blonde hair and scars. That would be fun if they did that at some point, actually, Grant. Yeah, that'd be well cool. I wonder if you could. You might even see some. I mean, there are loads of customs out there already. But yeah, I think that would be a good figure to have for Snake Eyes, wouldn't it? And it would give us another Snake Eyes, effectively. You could just have Snake Eyes with fire wrapped around his face, like in the comic. That would be kind of dark, but really cool. Like kind of where he comes out, all the smoke coming off his face when he comes out the helicopter. In fact, I think it's on fire, actually. Matt says, Chris, what do you do to solve that when a figure is loose? Not much you can do a lot of the time, unless you want to kind of really, like, sometimes you can get in there, take the figure apart, you can apply certain things like another layer of paint or another layer of like, is it like kind of like varnish and stuff like that you can utilize sometimes just to kind of thicken it up a bit. But that's really kind of getting into the kind of customized, like detailed customizing kind of level. And don't really want to be doing that just to fix a bit of a loose part here or there. I think the best course of action, honestly, clear nail polish. People are saying glue, says Matthew. That's hardcore. I suppose if you put it on the thing and let it dry, so it's got that layer. I see what you're saying there, Matt. Sorry, I'm just being an idiot, aren't I? But yeah, like that. That's probably the best options. M1S1 says, I'm sold. I'm about to order one. Thanks for the review. You're welcome, M1, MIS1, sorry. Or Missy, or Ms. One. I'm glad that you're into it, honestly. And again, like I've shown you quite clearly, nothing's coming off him. Buckaroo Kamakura. And yeah, I'm really impressed with the quality of the figure in general. Really impressed. very excited. I can't wait to actually now enjoy it myself, rather than in this weird way. There we go. Matt says, this is a good one. This is a great bit of idea. Take it apart, add the glue, then let it dry. That's a great idea. And I might actually do that for a couple of my figures now, Matt, actually thinking about it, if that's a good way of doing it. James obviously says clear nail polish. I've run out for myself, so I'll have to go and get some. Felix says he used Gorilla Glue on the T. That's actually a good idea as well in that little section inside, right? Yeah, I'll try that. I'll try some of these ideas, honestly, with some of them. Jerry says the Gung Ho card back came today. It is awesome. That Gung Ho retro figure is brilliant, Jerry. I'm glad you've got it in hand, mate. One of my faves, actually, in the line at the moment. It's a beautiful figure. Love the vintage style accessories he comes with as well. Do you like how I've been holding this one up the whole time? I've failed on that big time in a lot of these episodes. So at least you're getting to see the figure a bit. And again, apologies for the quality of the stream. I will be putting images up of this beauty, and I'll share them on the page as well from Hoarder, so you guys can get a nice view of some of the details a little bit. Anyway, it's been fun hanging out with you guys again. Thank you so much. I've had Matt says, which Fush Ninja would match Kamakura a hood? Don't know, actually, because I'm not like, I don't have any of those. Articulated icons. Is that the Fush Ninjas? Or have I just made that up? Is that another company? I can't remember. I'm being a very bad fan, aren't I? But in terms of, so my knowledge is not very high on that, Matt, so I don't really have an answer for you. But yeah, loving this figure. Hope you enjoyed it too. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I will be back probably tomorrow for the next unboxing. I'm just kidding. I will be back in the week. We've got hopefully a Transformers JoJo collaborative video kind of going out in the week, which is really exciting. It is articulated icons. You see, I'm sorry, I knew it was articulated icons. I didn't know the Fwoosh were behind it. So I'm happy now that I can put those two things together. That seems like such obvious information too. And I've just never really thought about it. So that was my confusion. Okay, it became Fwoosh Toys. That's probably what I didn't realize. They have a green ninja, and yes, articulated. They have a green ninja, so that's brilliant. So for those that want to, get even more, get like Kamakura, a little green ninja army. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Do you know actually what I would like to see? This is a bit of a random shout, and I'm going to get an image up of the figure while I say it, because I remember. Do you guys remember that? I want to see. I remember what year it was. It was, because this is okay, this is perfect. So if I say the year, do you guys know what I'm going to say for a repaint of this figure? Right, 2005. First person to click in what I'm talking about. Just like, obviously it might take a little bit of not retooling, but a bit of other use elsewhere of some other pieces, maybe. But you could get. It's another ninja. Anyone want to hazard a guess? 2005. Everyone's on Yojo now, aren't they? 2005. What figures are out 2005? What ninjas? I'm gonna wait until someone says, or even attempts to say it in the comments. Everyone's just gone silent. It's hilarious as everyone rushes off to see what I'm talking about. It's like my new phone case. Pretty dope, isn't it? It's just camo, cheap as chips. Not Slice, not Chabang. Though obviously, yes, obviously we've got Dice is going to, Slice is going to be 100% absorb vids, a repaint, or the reuse of some of these parts. 100% yes. But I'm thinking specifically 2005, not Banzai, not Chabang. Matt, I know your options you've gone and thrown in there. This is a deep cut, okay? If you're around in the early 2000s, this figure came in a boxed Ninja Battle set, right? There's a few, obviously, they could utilize in this, but obviously you had Snake Eyes, you had Storm Shadow, you had a couple of other ones, not Budo, no. It is Tiger Claw. Can you believe that? Come on. That is a deep cut, one. Two, that is that would be a fun figure and deco to do, wouldn't it? For this figure? I think so. like, you know, slightly different green, have the orange instead of the blue and the light and the lime green, and have the yeah, Jeremy Kimball and Tiger Claw, and have the Tiger Claw kind of deco on the shoulder, on the chest. I think that's dope. And he's got an Arashikage marking on his right arm. See? So I don't know. I just think that's kind of fun. I think that would work. I'm just going to hold them both up together so we can make a decision on this. Guys, does Tiger Claw make sense to do a repaint for this? I think it does. I think you could get away as well with just making Tiger Claw, like, you know, have short sleeves, or, you know, not necessarily the full sleeves. But you could Ninja Force Cloudburst. That deserves a post. That does Jeffrey Ball. Genius. I'm sure you do have that figure, Jeremy. And I also have this figure. That Ninja Battle set was one I had. I had two of them. I had one to display in the box, and then I bust the other one open to use that little Dio, because that Dio piece was dope, wasn't it? It came with like a, if I remember rightly, if I recall correctly, as Pat loves to say, didn't it come with like a Dio piece as well? I could have sworn it did. Yeah, display base with the with the Arashikage kind of like, yeah, it was wicked. That's what I want to see. I want to see a display base, another a Snake Eye without his mask, Storm Shadow version 2, Tiger Claw. They do the whole set, the whole Ninja Battle set, but like, you know, mix up, because what was Black Dragon? There was a Black Dragon Ninja and Shadow Strike with the other figures in that set. So we could easily, you know, here you go, there's Black Dragon Ninja. Get him in there. Thanks, Yojo, by the way. And Shadow Strike. So we could get some repaints of, I mean, you don't see Shadow Strike's a Red Ninja already. Done. Anyway, I think, yeah, a little dojo set would be wicked, wouldn't it? I'd be well into a display. Classified dojo display, I think, would be really cool. In any case, I'm only saying that because I'm surrounded by ninjas at the moment. Ninjas and barbecue. Ninja Force barbecue. Why is that in my head? Okay, right. It's been an absolute blast, guys. I've had a lot of fun tonight. Apologies, though, about the connection. There's not much I can do about it. I've tried everything, and it's now down to technical support, and I will kick off big time, honestly. Matt said, Chris, I wanted to ask you this earlier, but forgot. Have you heard anything about Night Creepers coming to Classified? No, I haven't, honestly, and I'm surprised we haven't seen Night Creepers again since the 5-inch, not 5-inch, it was technically 6-inch kids line for the movie. So I don't know. I would imagine that they're somewhere soonish, within the next year or two. I was thinking like the next 2 years we would get Night Creepers in Classified. But no, I haven't heard anything specifically to answer the question, Matt. But you're right, man. We need some Night Creepers, definitely. Robert H, thank you for this. Tiger Claw's fun. He could come with the Jinsu repaint we still need. Absolutely. Yeah, big time. Huge dojo with the wooden pillars. Absolutely, Jeremy. And it kind of broke down as well, didn't it? So you could kind of crash into it and they would like break down as if it had been busted up, like, you know, throwing a ninja at it or something. Jeffrey says he could ride around on one of those big kites instead of a glider. You're talking about Ninja Force Cloudburst, which is hilarious, by the way, and I still want to see that. Ninja Force Cloudburst Barbecue, all the characters that should not be anywhere near Ninja Force would be hilarious, wouldn't they? Okay, that's me for the evening. Hope you've had fun. Like I said, I'll hopefully see you in the week regarding another fun little review / unboxing I've got ready to go for the G.I. Joe Transformers collaborative scenario. And and obviously, hopefully some more news in the week. I've got a feeling we're probably, the week feels like the way that some things have happened. I kind of expect the Super 7 listings that got leaked. I'm kind of expecting some images or like some official reveal of that soon. So I'd expect that soon. Possibly this week. So again, I'll do a news burst as and when that happens. And next week, I believe, is our Full Force Freakly. So we're going to be doing the kind of like Halloween episode of the weekly, which we call the Freakly, on the 29th, because obviously it's on a Saturday, so we'd miss it otherwise. So yeah, we'll be getting the Freakly going on. Yes, diecast Nick, the Ore Striker, with Bumblebee and Stalker. I can't show it yet, but it's like I can't post a video yet either. But I can say that that's hopefully going to be dropping in the week. And yeah, it's a fun video. I had a lot of fun. Ninja Force skid mark, Jamie Lynn Parks. Hell yes. Yes, Ninja Force skid mark, please. Right, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, HoloNet getting your Viper 3-pack. I hope you get it soon, buddy. I hope you get it soon, because I really like that set too. Anyway, enough of me talking, enough of me gabbing. See you on the next one. As always, stay fresh, cheese bags. And after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. See you later. That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.